Hi YouTube, it's Numismatic here, and well, while everybody is watching me fumble through my odds and sods box, I thought I'd have a chat about the torture and torment that stackers, particularly in the UK, are finding right now that spot has hit the £1,000 an ounce priced in sterling as a result of Brexit, and let you know what I'm thinking about doing. Watching closely some of the guys on the silver forum, there's people who are selling their whole stack, people who are selling half their stack, and what seems to be happening is that people who have quite a high amount of totally bullion coins and rounds and bars are now offloading their bullion because, and I understand it, that the temptation is actually quite considerable. Now you've seen a massive increase in price in sterling terms, and everyone thinks, and this is probably quite correct, that there will be a pullback. It's quite likely that the value of sterling will settle at about 10-15 cents higher than it is at the moment, and that there will also be some kind of pullback, or at least some kind of bounce up and down in terms of the spot price. So I certainly am not buying very much at the moment, although I have placed an order for a 2016 quarter ounce gold Libertad, and I have been buying shieldbacks, which I'll explain in a moment. But generally the play at the moment is that if you have things that are purely bullion priced, then it is probably not a bad idea to sell them and then buy back that bullion when there's a dip. Numismatic items are probably, if you do have some cash and you want to buy at the moment, then numismatic items are probably the thing that is the bargain right now. There seem to be a lot of shieldback sovereigns that have hit the market. The numbers of them that are available at the moment seem to be higher than average, and as a consequence the prices of each individual item are probably a little bit lower than they might otherwise be. So I don't think it's now is not a bad time to buy them. I picked up about 4 over the last month, and I've paid, for the last few, I've paid around about 260, 265, 280 pounds, and these aren't for regular shieldbacks. These are in really nice condition with a big numismatic premium. So I think that's probably a good investment. Those coins will have been roughly the same price even when spot was $300 an ounce less. So they represent quite a good deal now. But moving on, I had a chat to Mrs. Numi this morning, and she said, well, Numi, you've got all this gold that you've been buying, you've done very well, you have made an investment when spot was at its lowest, it's shown a 25, 30, 35, 40% gain in some ways, shouldn't you now sell? And the conversation went a little bit like this, and I said to her, well, gold hasn't really changed. Gold is a store of value and a store of wealth. It is the currencies that have changed. So currencies eventually are worth nothing over a period of 20, 30, 40 years. And the value of the pound and the value of the dollar have all become less valuable. And gold has become more valuable relative to those currencies. So why would I want to sell gold, which is a consistent store of wealth, and exchange it for those particular currencies? And I think for some people the answer to that is, well, they need the money and they've got to pay back debts, they're paying interest on credit cards. There's reasons why people need access to cash. But I think for other people, just to have the cash sitting around, unless you're really taking a punt on rebuying in a dip, I think is not really that much of a good idea. You don't get very much. I think if I put cash in the bank and I invest maybe $100,000 and put it in the bank on instant access deposit, I get 0.75% on my money at the moment. And that really isn't a great place for cash at the moment. So I prefer to have it invested in precious metals, and precious metals have done better over the last 3 or 4 months, certainly, than the stock exchange has. So if I were to sell gold and buy a currency at the moment, it would be in order to then do something which was more important, like make a large purchase in real estate, property, buy-to-let, something like that, which I do plan to do. And we'll close on something later on in the year as part of my planning for retirement and funding for that. But generally, I'm not at all sure of the merits of, just because spot goes up, just because gold goes up, sell the bullion, put the money in the bank, it then goes into the pot to pay all the other things. And, you do that kind of thing, and then after 6-8 months, you realise that you have no wealth left because it's just gone on to day-to-day things and you've spent it all. So let me know what you think of those thoughts, and if there's anything in my odds and sods box which has any interest. Thank you very much for listening to another one of my Numi rambles, and please subscribe. It's interesting that 75% of the people who watch my videos are not subscribers. So if you are one of those 75%, please do subscribe. Click the subscribe button. I'm trying to get up to 2,000 subscribers so I can have a little giveaway. So hopefully watch this space pretty soon.